Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Soo, your East Oakland advocate. Well, Mayor Shang Tao and District Attorney Pamela Price are taking a lot of heat these days. And um, Mayor Shang Tao, she's just out of answers. And what she's essentially done was, after all the horses have left the barn, she closed the door and then nails the door shut. And then now, because the reason why I say that, um, while she was a city council member, sitting representing District 4, she cut the budget for the IT, which she was responsible for the ransomware at the top of the year that lasted actually it lasted 4 months, because it started 2 weeks right after she took office, and the city was held hostage and no business could be done for months. And it finally took pretty much replacing all the equipment, um, and then reloading all of the iCloud backups into the system to even get remotely close to operational. But yet the breach also uh, gave away sensitive information of current and past employees that are being haunted to this day, with identity theft. So, um, and then the rampant crime that's going on here in Oakland is just off the charts crazy. And I was talking about an additional security force here, community uh, uh, security forces, and uh, these individuals, they work alongside the Oakland Police Department. They take their direction from the police department, but yet they're associated with them, and they have all the badging and uniforms just like an Oakland police officer, but they are not Oakland police officers. An example of this dates back to 1870, and it still runs today. But unfortunately, it's down to one person, and it's in San Francisco. It's called the um, what was that? It's called the security officer, community security officer in San Francisco, or it's a special officer. That's the name of it, special officer in San Francisco, and um, this they've been around since 1870, and they're not on the taxpayer expense, because they are paid by individuals, they are paid by neighborhood businesses and businesses of the community to watch and patrol their homes and businesses uh, 24 hours. And so San Francisco still has that in operation. There's only one person, and he's getting ready to retire. So that means that particular um, special policing force is that dates back 1870 will be no more, because also since they're community funded, there are no tax dollars for them, and uh, they're community uh, officers, and so they live in the community, so they have some extra intel about their community that most police officers will never know. And so this is what I've been talking about, the special officer for neighborhoods. And then we call them uh, community security officers. And there was, even back in the 80s, there was a popular uh, comedy movie out called Citizens on Patrol. And it talks about the exact same thing. And these are uniformed concerned citizens. In the movie, they weren't armed, but they could carry some other weapons, but non-deadly weapons. But here in San Francisco, uh, these officers, these special officers, are armed. They carry a gun. They are licensed for carry, and so, but their powers to arrest somebody is very limited. They can detain somebody for a police officer and make a police report, just as a citizen would, but it would hold up more in court. It would carry more weight in court because these are sworn community policing officers. They're security officers, and their uh, pay and salary is dependent upon the amount of crime that's happening within their district. And I had proposed these offices for each district, and all the officers live in each district. And some people would say, well, that would, how would you compensate them? They got to cost a lot of money. Well, yes and no. How much is your safety worth? Is it worth, if this is going to be less than your cable bill, is it worth $25 a month? You can't even get, you know, those security camera people to charge that little. And then these are officers that live in the community. They're armed. They're licensed for carry, and the difference with them is that they're your neighbor. They they know what you're doing. See, I would have jumped at a chance for something like that here in Oakland for myself because I was already working counterterrorism, so I could be a great informant. Plus, I was licensed for carry and for things that even beyond what police officers would be legally uh, able to carry. But we need people like that. And there are a lot of citizens here in Oakland that would love to have that opportunity. And part of the compensation package, because you have to live in each district that you are serving to collect your pay, part of your housing is also compensated in that form. And then that's what helps uh, you to decide whether you want to be stay as a community officer or move on to a full-fledged, full-powered police officer, because that would be part of the training to become a community officer. You would go through an academy just like any other police officer. Plus, you'd go through the background checks and training. You'd get a mental evaluation. Also, you'd be getting gun training. And this is not gun proliferation. We actually want people to live here in Oakland. And if you are a gun owner here in Oakland and looking for even part-time work in this could be the great opportunity to not only help yourself, but serve your community in a very, very fashionable way. And then there's also a vehicle. Unmarked vehicles are required for this, but you have a uniform, you have a badge that says that you are a special officer for City of Oakland, and again, you have limited powers, but you have weapons on you. You're not to the same extent like a police officer. You have a handgun plus spare magazines or clips. Uh, but you have a radio, and you can contact. You're in contact with the Oakland Police Department, as the Oakland Police Department is in contact with you. So, and this comes at cost a whole lot less. And this is these are officers on a as-need basis. The target I would set, because if we're going to have 24-hour protection, that means 5 shifts. And people follow me on this. It's 5 shifts. And the reason why I say it's 5 shifts, because you have your day, have your evening, and then you have your graveyard shift. And then also you have to account for days off. That's a 4th shift. And then the 5th are vacation days. And so that's your 5th shift. And so you have to have enough personnel for 5 shifts, 365 days a year. And how do I know this? Because I had to manage up to 1,000 personnel annually. 1,000 personnel. And it's not always me. I really delegated a lot of my work to my staff, and my staff sergeant made sure that things were in place. And so that's how the military works. And we work very well, very efficiently. And this is a way to have additional eyes on the street to keep an eye on criminal activity. And then also can be, they don't have pursuit powers. That's one of the big things that I have come across, that a lot of people are asking, well, can they chase down a person? No, they cannot chase them down. They can apprehend them at the door, or if it's like a fight or something like that, or the person, the perp is attacking them, yes, they can take them. But in terms of running, they can run after a perp, but they cannot use the unmarked vehicle for any pursuits. That's the bottom line. And so that's some of the differences that the special officers bring to the table. They bring additional eyes. They bring additional safety and security to the streets, because not only are they armed, but they are also, in my model, the best person would also have a serious background in mixed martial arts, MMA, to go along with those gun skills. And because, in my opinion, police are shooting too damn many people, and a lot of this can be de-escalated with mixed martial arts. A tonfa, a baton, can easily render a knife-wielding perp unconscious with broken arms, and well, that's excessive force. Well, no, it's not excessive force. Shooting the guy till he's dead, that's excessive force. Breaking his arm, knocking him unconscious, that's not excessive force. That's just called a little street justice and getting his attention. He's still alive, and his arm will heal, and then that headache that he got, a few of us got some of those, headaches when we were growing up from mom and dad. Same thing. Just that we're applying it, legally, and and also not at the expense of the bad guy's life. I look at all of these with a knife, a machete, and I think, oh my God, that is so simple to disarm him, take him out. A simple tonfa, which is a baton with a side handle, a 90-degree handle, and then you're able to swing that, but also you can use it as protection against a knife-wielding person, because that bar, while the handle's in your hand, the bar is protecting your arm, and that can be your shield. And at the same time, while you're blocking, you're able to swing that tonfa and then knock him out, with the end of the tonfa. And if not knock him out on the jaw, just couple of strikes up against the neck in the right place disrupts the nervous system to the brain, and it's kind of like resetting a computer. Dude shuts off, and it's fun when you do it and you see it actually happen. All of a sudden, you just the person's there, and then you just see lights out. His eyes are open, but lights are out, and they just fall. And so that's why I say we need a different type of policing force. And what I have been talking about is not new, and it needs to be re-implemented into our neighborhoods and into our communities as extra policing eyes. And these are also witnesses that can be very good witnesses in court, putting some of these perpetrators behind bars for the time that they're needing to be behind bars. So that's my idea for making Oakland safer. And the nice thing about this, it's a sliding scale. We can adjust the numbers at any time. But typically, what each district I would like to see is 60 members, 60 special officers in each district. That means that there will be an additional 15 eyes, armed eyes, in each district that is able to respond to a 911 call. Not so much to stop anything, but to bear witness and also start sealing off the area. And if they're attacked, or if they're able to take the a perpetrator in custody, they are allowed to do so. And at a time when they're going to be able to respond much faster than a police officer these days, and 911 will have more tools to work with on the streets. So that's my idea, without raising taxes. And I know that there are enough people out there who would be interested in doing that. Thanks for joining me today. Prove me wrong on this.